Okay, on to the next thing. We had some comedy. And now we're gonna have probably some more comedy. But we're back on Steam, by the way. It's two itch.ios and then one Steam thing. You get this itch, then you steam it off or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna do this thing with the things that the whatever the kanji. I don't know what they're calling Chinese. It could be anything as far as I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not Korean, and I'm pretty sure it's not Indian. So it's one of the, it's either Chinese or Japanese, and Japanese has like stolen a bunch of things about the language. So it's all could be anything. It's got like three languages in it, and it's a mess. Anyway, we're doing Rookie Attorney Legendry. Legendry? It's missing an A there, or it could be deliberate. I don't know. I don't know, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna be rookies, attorneys, and legendary. Hello, Ace Attorney. Let's put myself in the corner where I belong. Uh, years, years studio. Thank you, anime girl, for saying that name. Winfield Games. Okay, very fancy, very effect-y, and the shadow. Yeah. And intro. I don't speak that. I hope there's an English language, otherwise this recording's a bust. Hello, Ace Attorney. Okay. I hope you have language options. Okay, thank fuck. Oh, it's... I have no idea who she is, actually. Anyway, options. Background music, let's lower that. Sound effects, lower that a little bit. Resolution, full screen. Okay, English. That could be any of those anythings. Anyway, studio mode. Development team information. Cool, we'll get to that. That's Patchouli, right? I think that's the Patchouli, right? She's got the hat. Got a reference in the cup. No, in the sad one when we saw the thing. That's the maiden Yukari, I think. I'm remembering things now. Maybe, or no, that's Marisa. No, Marisa's different. I'm not remembering them all. I have no idea who this lady is. I've seen her appear in some fan arts here, but I have no idea what names. And I like my redheads. Redheads are cool. Redheads are the best, but I have no idea who she is. And quit. Okay, it's two others that I probably don't know. Anyway, let's new game this. The first defendant. Oh, we're defending Marisa. Great. That's gonna work well. Marisa awakening from a dream induced by hallucinogenic mushrooms, of course it is. Because of course finds a court summons at home. Can Marisa prove her innocence in the upcoming trial, or will she be wrongfully imprisoned? I mean, she's probably done a bunch of really bad stuff, because we know she borrows things all the time. Anyway, borrows as in steals shit from the library. And she's just a witch who does magic and probably sets things on fire a lot. I don't know. I mean, she got high on mushrooms, so who the fuck knows what she did. Anyway, well, hello. Oh, who are we, though? Defending. Who's defense? Chapter 1, the Scarlet Devil Mansion book theft incident. Yeah, I mean, she does that all the time, doesn't she? At least according to some things. Date and nth of place. Good fucking question. It's mouse driven. We're the judge. Shikieki Yamazana. Yama. Oh, that's a god. Okay, well, she's the judge, so she has to have the judge voice. I don't apologize for it at all. Order! Then, after the trial is court, now the judgment is... The defendant, Marisa, violated the barrage rules and used large-scale destructive barrage to attack the victim, Shameimaru Aya, causing minor injuries, which constitutes the crime of intentional injury. It's mouse-driven. Having established the facts as reliable and the evidence is conclusive, this court hereby announces the verdict for Marisa. Trying the other buttons, but they do nothing. None of the buttons. It's mouse-driven. Okay, we're gonna have the mouse clickety-click. Guilty! Of course she is. Oh, it was a dream. I was got achievements now. I don't need those. I don't care.
Oh, it was just a dream. I was really scared.
Oh, we got mediocre chess. Fuck, I'm gonna have to try and fix that automatically myself. I'm gonna be back. Okay. It seems that thanks to the bright mushroom that she had been bitten, Marisa has just woken up from a fantasy dream, not knowing how long she has been asleep. Oh, no.
What time is it now? It's 12 o'clock. Today is already... It's midday. Let me think. What was I doing before I lost consciousness? Oh yeah, I was picking mushrooms until it got dark, and then I was munching on the mushrooms while walking home. And what happened after that? I can't remember how I ended up lying in bed. Well, whatever. It was probably instinct. As an invincible person like me, even if I eat hallucinogenic mushrooms, I'll be fine.
Finally, Marisa, who had regained her senses, brushed the dust off her clothes and began to embrace the new day. Kirisama Marisa, an ordinary mage, resides deep within the magic forest. When venturing out, she flies on a broomstick, adept at stealing various items, even including the hearts of young girls. However, she herself is quite oblivious to her own charm, which leads her into trouble from time to time. Upon regaining her senses, the first thing Marisa thought of was to check the mailbox at the entrance. However, at this moment, Marisa was not yet aware that this action would lead her to an extraordinary adventure.
Having not checked for over a day, what could be inside the mailbox? I'm so excited. Is there a message from Alice?
The girl is searching.
I found it. What did Alice write?
Marisa opened the envelope with great anticipation. Darling. Oh, wait, no, Alice. What does that do for Alice? Just like the thing.
Where did you go today? I waited for you in front of your house all afternoon, but you never came back. I received a large pot of dragon meat from my mother, and I can't finish it by myself, so I thought we could have a feast together. If you see this message, remember to come to my house to find me. 20th of March, Alice.
On March 20th, Alice came to look for Marisa, but Marisa was not at home, so Alice invited Marisa to visit her house today. We're getting evidence. It's gonna be in our inventory. We're gonna present it to the judge.
20th of March. Alice actually came to look for me yesterday. What exactly did I miss? Aw, Alice's meal. I feel so hungry now. I'll go to Alice's house for dinner this afternoon.
So Marisa opened the next letter.
Is this one Patchouli's message?
The girl is searching.
Hi, news. No wonder I just dreamed about her. I don't know why, but seeing her just gives me a bad feeling.
As the name suggests, iNews is the newspaper founded by that troublesome Tengu. Due to the fact that Shamamurai often catches wind of rumors and arbitrarily fabricates other people's privacy into big news for publication, the credibility of this newspaper is actually not very high. It's a tabloid. It's just a tabloid. It's not a newspaper, it's a tabloid. But in Gensokyo, where entertainment options are not very developed, being able to read such gossip tabloids is still one of the few forms of entertainment for most people. Moria Shrine leads energy revolution, but many people question the safety of nuclear power. Okay, it's fine. Nuclear power is honestly the best. But look, they got magic. Why do they even need that? According to our newspaper, as the energy revolution led by the Moria Shrine continues to deepen, some vices also emerged. A nuclear energy advantage seminar held yesterday in the Human village. Many attendees raised concerns about the safety of nuclear power. The voices of skepticism include, but are not limited to, concerns such as, could the use of this type of energy lead to radiation sickness? In the event of another earthquake, can we ensure that nuclear materials will not leak? In response to these various concerns, Lady Yasuka Kaneko, the representative of the Moria Shrine, provided the following answers.
Please rest assured, as of now, our shrine has full confidence in the safety of nuclear energy. With the level of disasters that have occurred in Gensokyo, the Moria Shrine is capable of responding appropriately.
I mean, yeah, don't people like Rainbow or something that have magic powers, the equivalent of a nuclear bomb or something, they can fucking control the weather, literally. They have weather control magic. They have weather control magical girls. They have weather control gays, okay? The gays control the weather here, alright? That's how it works, right? Or something. iNews front. Well, on the front page of the iNews, the most eye-catching article is titled Moria Shrine leads energy revolution, but maybe question safety nuclear power. Blah, 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 blah. Marisa was completely confused by what she read, so she turned the newspaper over to the back page. Civilization Road cannot be without the rule of law. People's Court to hold its first hearing tomorrow. Hakure Shrine News Agency reports the People's Court of the Gensokyo has been established in the Ministry of Right and Wrong, marking the entry of the Gensokyo into a civilized society governed by the rule of law. It is reported that tomorrow afternoon, the court will hold its first hearing. Subsequently, in an interview to a newspaper reporter, Judge Shikiaki, that's how it's supposed to be, pretty sure. Shikiki. No, it's Shikiaki. That's how the Japanese language typically goes, like hard sounds like that combination of things. Despite the demanding role of being both judge for the living and the king of hell for the deceased, it is my inescapable duty to strive to uphold justice and fairness in Gensokyo. Right. Oh no, oh fuck. Why am I getting... No, I should not be getting Discord sounds. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. Well, it'll happen every now and then, I guess. Oh well, we can't fix that. We can't fix that. We're live record. We can't fix anything while we're live recording. I believe that by collaborating with the Hakure Shrine to establish the People's Court, the people of Gensokyo will be able to enjoy a society governed by the rule of law where everyone is equal. News back on the back page of News, the most eye-catching articles titled Civilization Road cannot be without the rule of law. People's Court to hold its first hearing tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. First it's about nuclear energy, now it's about the court. The battle for faith between Hakure Shrine and Moria Shrine is really intense and unending. However, these matters have nothing to do with me. I'm off to Alice's place to enjoy a free meal. Yay. Okay, there's the last one. I'll go Alice's home after checking that.
The girl is searching.
What's this? How come the envelope is so formal? A subpoena?
Gensokyo People's Court case number Gen 0001. Case reason theft. Defendant Kirsa-Marisa. Summons reason court hearing scheduled time March 21st, the year 1300 hours. Summons location the Ministry of Right and Wrong. Notes: 1. The summoned person must arrive at the designated location on time. 2. This summons must be presented by the summoned person upon arrival at the court. Date 20 March the year. Subpoena. The subpoena from the Gensokyo People's Court will be defended if Marisa be wrongfully imprisoned for theft.
What? What a ridiculous situation. How on earth did I end up as the defendant? And this number, 0001, does that mean I'm the first one to be tried at the opening of the court? Theft? I haven't stolen anything recently. I even returned Pachuli's book to her last time. Taking someone's heart isn't exactly theft, is it? Well, I can't let myself be wrong like this. I must go to court and appeal to the young king of hell to clear my name. I need to check the time of the court register. Isn't that in just 1 hour's time? Oh, that free meal at Alice's place. Aw.
And so, with an empty stomach and a tumultuous mix of feelings, Marisa roared all the way to the afterlife. Time 12:50, 21st of March, location pre-trial detention room. Onozuka Komachi.
Running is prohibited inside the courtroom.
Along the way, Marisa had been holding back a lot she wanted to say, so when she saw someone approaching her to speak, without a second thought, she just let out all in a roar.
Listen up, what's this all about? I've been wrongly accused.
Onozuka Komachi, the Grim Reaper in charge of the realm of the Gensokyo, is tasked with ferrying the souls of the deceased across the Sanzu River. When not under the watchful eye of her superior Shikiaki, she often slacks off. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, it's a dull job. I think we have encountered her before somewhere. I don't remember. It was somewhere. There's too much going on in my brain. And not enough at all, apparently. Anyway.
Noise is also prohibited inside the courtroom. Why were you shouting so loudly then? That's because I'm a bailiff and I have the authority to maintain order in the court. Alright, you're from the court, aren't you? Tell me why I'm being accused. Wait a second. You seem to know very little about legal common sense. The court is only responsible for hearing cases and deciding outcomes. The one who accuses you should be a profession called a prosecutor.
And what are you, police?
You're referring to the criminal police, right? Criminal police are responsible for investigating, collecting evidence, and apprehending suspects. Moreover, I'm not a criminal detective. I'm a bailiff responsible for maintaining order in the court. Too many personal terms. I can't understand. It's okay. You should have received a subpoena before coming here, right? Let me give you some guidance for newcomers. First, find the subpoena in your bag and take it out.
Okay, the subpoena from the Ginsokia People's Court. Okay. It is entirely mouse-driven. Okay. But except for the buttons that show evidence. Okay.
Yes, that's it. Let me take a look. Marisa, do you know what role you are playing in the trial?
Defendant.
Right. It seems you have read the subpoena carefully. In court, you must remember to carefully read the testimonies and examine the evidence. Perhaps a turning point could emerge from some detail. Then, let's proceed to introduce the details of the case. In this case, the prosecutor who's brought charges against you is Yakumo Yukari.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. She's like the kami of the barriers, or like the things. She can come and go and whatnot, right? That's the one.
That seasoned. Oh, I mean, that shrewd and ruthless prosecutor, Yakumo Yukari.
Wait, they were...
Shrewd? But this is the court's inaugural session, isn't it?
Also that.
Well, there's that kind of, I got it. And as for the content of the case, it's that Patchouli Knowledge from the Scarlet Devil Mansion reported that some books were missing. Patchy? Acquaintance. Patchouli Knowledge will also be providing testimony as a victim in this case. How could she possibly... Actually, she didn't intend to file a report herself. But since the court needed the case urgently for its first trial, it was at the strong insistence of Yakumo Yukari that... Hey, that doesn't mean I'm... please don't say it was I who said that. Have you found a lawyer? What is a lawyer? Well, they are the professionals who stand against the prosecutor and strive to prove the defendant's innocence. Your response indicates that you haven't found a lawyer yet. Oh dear. That could be problematic, as we haven't had the chance to recruit lawyers willing to provide free consultation to our defendants yet, since we've just been established. What should we do? Otherwise, let me represent myself as my own lawyer. That couldn't be better. Wait.
Terrible idea. Although surprised, Komachi still went through the hustle to process the paperwork for Marisa to act as her own lawyer. Generally, a really bad idea, but we don't really have options here. Time flies, and the first trial at the Ginsokia People's Court has officially commenced. Time 1300 hours. All that took 10 minutes. Cool. Location, the Ministry of Right or Wrong. Shigeki Yamazanadu, the king of hell who governs the realm of Ginsokia, works within the Ministry of Right and Wrong, determining the fate of the deceased by deciding whether they should go to heaven, hell, or elsewhere. This king of hell is very diligent in their work and is known for their serious demeanor, rarely showing any levity. Silence! Now, I hereby declare that the Ginsokia People's Court, case number Gen 0001, is officially in session. Firstly, please allow the prosecutor to enter. Hello, Yakumo Yukari, one of the yokai sages who founded Ginsokia. She has the ability to open a phenomenon known as a gap, which are passages connecting two spaces. She usually resides within these gaps and relies on a kitsune shikigami named Yakumo-ran to handle various affairs. Yakumo-ran also has a nekomata shinigami called Chen. Yay, subordinates of the subordinates.
As the first prosecutor of Ginsokia, I will surely bring all criminals to justice.
Next, please have the defendant enter.
What should I say?
Ahem, defendant. Your seat is over there. This is the council's table.
Wait, didn't Komachi tell you? I'm also serving as my own defense counsel.
According to the court's rules, even when defendant is representing themselves, they must still sit at the defendant's seat. Only when being questioned or presenting evidence are you allowed to approach the council's table accompanied by the bailiff.
I don't care. I'm innocent. I will not go to the defendant's seat.
You are hereby warned for the first time. If you continue to show contempt for the court, you will be expelled and deprived of the right to continue your defense.
What can I do?
Your Honor, there is no need to be so severe. She is just a novice without any court experience and not likely to make waves.
Okay, did Yukari just set this up to show off? Just have fun? I mean, she did. Goddamn Yukari. She's just having fun, isn't she?
We can fully demonstrate the democracy and magnanimity of our people's courts. I request that the defendant be allowed not to take the stand, but to conduct the defense from the council's table throughout the proceedings.
Alright. Since it is a request from the prosecutor, I grant it. But Marisa, if you show contempt for the court again, I will not let you go unpunished.
Okay.
Next, I invite the prosecutor to present the case. The defense attorney is allowed to question any ambiguities in the case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you ready to start the interrogation of witnesses? Would you like to read the introduction? Yes. Let's read the things we know nothing about. In the interrogation of witnesses, you are required to analyze the statements presented by the witnesses to identify any inconsistencies or irrationalities within them and raise questions accordingly. During the questioning process, you could press the Q key to further inquire with the witness. If the inquiry is successful, the witness may provide additional information. Yeah, Q everything. If you find that the witness's testimony is in clear contradiction to the evidence you possess, you could press the E key to present evidence. Yeah, this is just Ace Attorney. Good. Ace Attorney is a really good formula. I'm glad everyone's copying it because it's good. It's just allows you to do real fun stuff. Court is fascinating like this. It's entertaining and fun in a fictional setting. In real life, it can be kind of fun as well in real life, but it's got consequences there, so it's not really that fun. You don't want. Successfully presenting evidence may turn tide in your favor, while failing to do so may result in a decrease in the judge's opinion of you. Would you like to do? No, I got it. No, let's proceed. Testimony starts. You got 5 lives. About the case.
The case is quite simple. There was a report of theft from the library located in the Scarlet Devil Mansion, with a collection of books found to be stolen. After a series of visits and investigations, it was discovered that the only habitual offender accustomed to sneaking into the library to steal books was Marisa.
Alright, that's a perfectly reasonable accusation, honestly.
Coincidentally, Marisa's whereabouts were unknown on that day. Thus, with motive, time, and means all in place, she can be inferred to be the culprit.
It's just an assumption, though.
Hey, I didn't go to the Scarlet Devil Mansion yesterday. Are there any pieces of evidence related to yesterday?
Testimony start. About the case. Okay. Okay, let's question. Okay, press this thing. What do you mean with collection of books? Come on, have a... There we go. They have a thing. Shut about the... Wait a minute. Objection. Hold it. That's the one. There we go. Good.
Okay, wait a minute. As I know, the library did not report the incident voluntarily.
An interesting perspective. But where's the evidence?
If you don't believe it, you can go ask Pache.
But truly knowledge will appear as a witness later. But what's the use of your doubt? The prosecutor has the right to discover cases on their own and initiate litigation. Even if the victim and the suspect have a close relationship and do not report the case, it is still possible. Moreover, according to the defendant's address, Your Honor, I believe the defendant and the victim have a close relationship and can enter the library easily without being on guard. In this way, your suspicion is even greater.
The court agrees with the prosecutor's view.
How did it become unfavorable to me instead?
After a series of his sneaking the library, I mean, there's no downside for just questioning everything, inquiring. Steal books was Marisa. Oh wait,
Hey, who'd you visit? Why is it only me? I don't believe it.
Well, I wanted to briefly introduce it for the sake of the defendant's privacy. But since the defendant insists on asking, I'll tell you. The people visited included but are not limited to Patchouli Knowledge, Kawakuma, Izayo Sakuya, Hong Meirin, Morichika Rinosuke.
Okay, we know Patchouli. We haven't met them. Kokuma, we've seen him somewhere. Yeah, we don't know who Meirin is though yet. I don't know who that one is yet. And Morichika Rinosuke, the art guy. The one guy in all of Touhou.
They unanimously believe that the one who likes to do this kind of petty theft is you, Marisa.
I mean, that's just conjecture though. Where's the evidence?
How could it be like this? Is my reputation that bad?
I mean, yes it is. I mean, that's how I remember you. And I've only done these fan games though. Some of them, and I barely remember anything.
Unfortunately, that's the fact.
Well, I mean, it's gossip.
Coincidentally, Marisa's whereabouts were unknown on that day.
I mean, that is true. We don't know where we were as well. Because we were high on mushrooms. But let's inquire anyway. There's no downside to inquiring.
Hey, wait a minute. How'd you know my whereabouts that day? Does this constitute an invasion of personal privacy?
It's fine. Trying to use procedural injustice to escape guilt? Unfortunately.
I do love the smug look on her face, like, you can eat the smug.
If it's about knowing your every move every day, that could be considered an invasion of privacy. Just knowing that you were unaccounted for on a specific day only requires a little inquiry.
So which day was it specifically?
The time of the crime? March 20th, just yesterday.
Your Honor, I demand that the prosecution clarify the date of the crime in their testimony.
The court agrees with the defendant's view and asks the prosecution to clarify the date of the crime in their testimony.
No problem. Continue with your desperate struggle, Marisa. Coincidentally, yesterday, that is March 20th, Marisa's whereabouts were unknown. Thus, with motive, time and means all in place, she can be inferred to be the culprit.
Hey. Wait a minute. There's no conclusive evidence to prove that I am the criminal.
Please take a good look at the testimony. What I said was inferred as a criminal, not proven.
Then... wait.
Your Honor, I believe the defendant is making a fuss and deliberately delaying time. I apply for another warning to the defendant.
The court agrees with the prosecutor's view. The defendant is warned again, do not disdain the court and make unreasonable questions.
Okay. I didn't go to the Scarlet Devil Mansion yesterday. Are there any pieces of evidence related to yesterday?
I don't know. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, I need to present some evidence. This is actually kind of hard. I have to think. What do we have? What do we have? No. No. But that proves our guilt. This is gonna prove that we were unaccounted for. Blah 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 blah. And then there's this. I mean, this isn't helping us anything. None of this helps us. So all we can do is, I don't know. Wait. Okay. You know what? Yeah. No. Wait. I want specifications. Can you clarify specific?
Yesterday, who said I was unaccounted for?
It involves the privacy of the witness. Of course I can't tell you.
I'm not such a petty person.
Your Honor, I believe the defendant's question is meaningless to the case.
The court agrees with the prosecutor's view and asks the defendant to pay attention to their words and deeds.
Okay.
I don't know what to do here. Okay. Well, I only have one relevant piece of evidence, and that's the one that incriminates us, but sure. Okay, well, we're just gonna show the incriminating evidence. So let's do that. It's a terrible idea, but this is the only thing we could do. So, yeah, no.
Look at this.
I love these little sprites. It's beautiful.
Look at this. Like, I'm about to incriminate myself. This is a message from Alice in my mailbox. In the message, Alice said she came to my house for a dragon meat party yesterday, which can prove that I was not at the scene of the crime.
But, like, did you forget?
Oh, really? By my understanding, doesn't this letter just prove that your whereabouts were unknown yesterday?
It seems so. What should I do now?
It appears that the defendant is no longer able to defend themselves. I suggest that the judge make a ruling immediately.
Wait a minute. Think quickly. Is there anything left out?
Wait.
Acquaintance, but Julie Knowledge will also be providing testimony as a victim in this case.
Oh yeah. I request a question for Julie. How can you make a ruling without questioning the witness?
The court has agreed to the defendant's request to bring the victim Patchouli Knowledge to the stand for testimony. Oh, what am I gonna do for Patchouli? We actually have had her speak. I mean, she's a sleepy little thing, so we're just gonna go with the a witch who is proficient in various forms of magic, residing in the grand library of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, which houses an extensive collection of books. She spends her days reading and writing within the library, seldom venturing outside, and is severely lacking in exercise. Due to being frequently visited by Marisa to borrow books, borrowing quotation marks, she has developed feelings for her. Okay, sure.
Marisa,
But Julie,
I'm sorry.
why you...
Silence! The defendant, this is not the time for you to speak or ask questions. Firstly, please have the prosecution question the victim.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Miss Patchouli, please provide a detailed account of the situation on the day of the incident.
Testimony start. About the day the crime occurred.
That day, I was in the library reading as usual, just like any other day. Then, I heard some sneaky noises coming from behind the bookshelves. I thought Marisa would show up and say hello after choosing books. But to my surprise, this person just quietly ran away without a word.
But Julie's words have always felt a bit off. There must be a loophole somewhere.
What? Well, just like any other day, there's nothing to question here, but there's no penalty for inquiring.
What do you mean by that day?
Alright, it was yesterday, March 20th. Is there a problem?
No.
Then I heard some sneaky noises.
Mate. What about the sneaky sound? What was it like?
What do you mean? What was it like?
I mean, sneaky noise isn't exactly a good description, you know? Like, that could be any, like, how does a sneaky noise sound like other than, like, you know, music cues and whatnot?
This sound, was it loud?
It's not about how loud it was. It was one of those very peculiar, sneaky book flipping sounds. Do you understand?
That's how you could tell it was me?
I'm so familiar with the sound of you sneaking and flipping through books every day.
Next piece of testimony.
I thought Marisa would show up and say hello after choosing books.
Hey man. Why did you have this thought?
You're such an incurable fool. This question is irrelevant to the case. The witness has the right not to answer. But to my surprise, this person just quietly ran away without a word.
So this is where your anger comes from?
Yes! Stealing books is one thing, but I thought about you all day, and I could already hear your voice behind the bookshelf, but I didn't even see a soul. How could I not be angry?
I've been waiting for this very statement. Your Honor, based on the witness's testimony, the victim did not witness me at the scene, which means there's a possibility that I did not commit the crime.
That's quite an impressive piece of reasoning. But you don't think that this alone will clear your suspicion, do you? Even if one is not caught in the act or witnessed, committing a crime is still committing a crime. Merely this alone isn't enough to prove your innocence, Marisa.
Yeah, but you gotta prove guilt. Although this is a new court, who knows what kind of things they do.
Is that so?
Do you have anything more to add?
Eh.
It seems that the defendant is still unable to prove their innocence. Your Honor, it seems that it's time to deliver the verdict.
Yeah, wait, please, wait.
Oh, are you still trying to make a last-ditch effort?
I'm clearly being wrongfully accused. Why does it feel like I'm sinking into quicksand? This distorted feeling, this rock music as well.
Are you trying to buy time even when you have nothing to say?
No, of course I still have words to say. That is... And my innocence needs that proof. My innocence will be proven at any moment now. My innocence has already been proven.
I mean, channel your inner Phoenix Wright, make a bold statement, and then figure out how you're gonna prove it. My innocence has already been proven.
My innocence has already been proven.
Already? So, when and how did you prove it?
Because I am innocent to begin with.
That smile.
No matter how you conduct the trial, I'm innocent.
Impressive, but useless. Courtrooms are not places where victory is achieved through sheer force of personality.
The defendant is in contempt of court. A warning is hereby issued.
No, of course I still have words to say. That is,
Like my innocence needs no proof.
my innocence needs that proof.
Oh, how so?
Admittedly, I am unable to conclusively demonstrate my innocence right now. But that's not something I need to prove. I nearly got led into a trap by you, you old lady. That's what you, the prosecution, are supposed to do in court. Prove the defendant's guilt. If you fail to prove it, then of course I'm not guilty.
Excellent.
So now it's my turn to take the initiative. Prosecutor Yakuma Yuki, can you prove my guilt?
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed, little girl. With the evidence currently at hand, it's also impossible to prove your guilt.
Your Honor, does that mean I can be acquitted of the charges?
Unfortunately, that's not possible yet.
Why?
The purpose of a court is to reveal the truth behind the case. If a verdict is hastily pronounced simply due to insufficient evidence, wouldn't that go against the very purpose of the court's establishment?
I mean, that's what the collection of evidence is. That the court is the final part where you present all the things that you did. I mean, that's why you adjourn a court. Like, do you have no proof? Like, do you have means of collecting proof or evidence or something like that? Then go do that now, you fucks. Or, like, if you don't have any, then what the fuck are you doing? You're wasting everyone's time. you Curry, what the fuck? She's just having fun. Yuki's just having fun, isn't she? I mean, you can tell. Look at that face. That smug, shitty face. Come on now, she's just having fun.
Then why you do that just now?
That was a test for you, a novice lawyer, and if I have offended you, please accept my sincere apologies.
So what's next? What do you plan to do?
So the next move is... leading the perpetrator to confess, of course. Statements made in the courtroom can be considered as testimony. So, if someone pleads guilty in court, such an admission can be considered as a definitive proof.
I see. No wonder you're telling me this. Therefore, I request the next witness be called to the stand for questioning.
The prosecution has no objections.
I see. Then let's bring the witness Hong Meirin to the stand to testify. I have no idea who this one is even at all. Oh, you're the redhead. Ayoka, skilled in Chinese martial arts with an appearance distinguishable from humans, is responsible for guarding the entrance of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. She is a subordinate of the Scarlet Devil Mansion chief mate Izaya Sakai, who is adept at using throwing knives. She often faces punishment for sleeping on the job. Oh, she's... Okay, I mean, her voice is gonna be basically the same as Marisa's. I can't help it. Alright, should I give her like an Irish accent or something? Is that racist? Probably.
Witness, your name.
You called me?
Yes, your name.
My name's Hong Meirin, not Mailing. Please be careful.
Hong Meirin. Please try to answer the questions as concisely as possible.
Roger, I understand.
One does not say Roger in court.
I'm sorry.
Do not cry in court.
I'm so sorry.
Nor should you hit your head against the desk in the courtroom. Witness, take it easy. We generally do not send witnesses to prison, right?
Considering this is the first session of the trial, I am unable to respond. That's encouraging.
Miss Hong Meirin, please relax and just answer the questions truthfully, okay?
Okay.
So, please let Miss Hong Meirin, the witness, describe the situation she observed while guarding the gate yesterday concisely.
Yeah.
About the Scarlet Devil Mansion from yesterday.
Your Honor, the gates of the Scarlet Devil Mansion were normal yesterday. Report over.
That's it?
Yeah.
This witness may have misunderstood the meaning of answer concisely. Alright then, how about this? Counsel and I will take turns asking questions to Miss Hong Meirin, and then Miss Hong Meirin will respond. Okay?
Okay. I have no objection.
Let me ask first. Miss Hong Meirin, at what time did you guarding the gate of the Scarlet Mansion yesterday?
I can't remember the exact time. It's almost the whole day from morning to evening.
Now it's your turn, Marisa.
What should I ask?
Should I ask for place? I mean... I would discount from Miss... Oh. Okay, well, I mean, a place. Sure, exactly where?
Miss Hong Meirin, where did you guard specifically yesterday? The gate of the Scarlet Devil Mansion.
Marisa, that question is the same as not asking it. Please ask another question.
Yeah, what should I ask?
Alright, first I would scout for Miss Hong.
Then, did you see me when you were guarding the gate?
No, I didn't.
Do you hear, Yakumo Yukari? Absolutely clearly non-eyewitness account.
Non-eyewitness.
Can it really be proven? Listen here, Hong Meirin. My question is, did you have any drowsiness, distraction, or slept during the process of standing guard yesterday? You know, you're not allowed to lie in court, so please answer truthfully.
Hey!
If you lie in court, not only you will be charged with dishonesty, but the Scarlet Devil Mansion where you belong to will also bear the responsibility of poor discipline. By then, compared to the punishment you will face, being stabbed by a few throwing knives from the chief maid should be considered a pleasure.
I said... I did deserve while standing guard yesterday.
Did you see, Marisa? The non-eyewitness account is really unreliable. Think carefully about your next question.
Damn it! The non-eyewitness account was easily overturned like this. Yakumo Yukari, this old lady, knows that witnesses are not often bullied. By intimidation, the witness admitted testimony that was unfavorable to them. If I could also utilize the witness's psychological activity, which question should be used to counterattack next? Even if one is dozing off, there's a way to sense someone passing through the gate.
Does it hurt to be hit by the chief mate's flying knife? What would be punished for laying someone into the Scarlet Devil Mansion? I don't know. Can you say stuff?
Miss Hongmarin, you would doze off while carrying out the very important task of guarding the gate of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. It suggests that even if you are dozing off, there is a method for you to sense someone passing through the gate, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you see Yukari? The witness dozing off does not affect my alibi.
Is this the way to turn the tables? Interesting. Miss Hongmarin, fabricating testimony in court is the same as lying, you know. What is this method of perception?
I didn't fabricate anything. I just couldn't remember because I was too nervous just now. It's through Qi that I sense things.
Qi? Please provide a detailed explanation, Miss Hongmarin.
It's a side effect of Chinese martial arts and Qigong. It's the ability to sense changes in the surrounding air currents to judge what's happening beyond the field of vision.
I see. Then I have my question to ask.
Hey. Yakamaki, you've already asked your question. It's my turn now.
Objection overruled. I was just letting the witness explain and supplement their answer to your question. Now it's my turn to ask the question.
You're cheating.
You clearly didn't guide the witness to explain clearly. Blaming others for one's own mistakes is not good, you know. Hongmarin, my question is, if someone were to fly in from a great height, is it possible that they might not be too far away for Qi to detect them?
Indeed, it is possible.
See, Marisa? Even with the amazing Chinese martial arts, it can't stop a habitual offender like you.
Drat! The proof method I thought of so hard was been easily broken through again. By having the witness supplement their explanation, find the flaw and then ask a well-crafted question to hit the nail on the head. What a tough opponent. If only I could also use such a method. Hongmarin, I now demand you to supplement your explanation. The range and perception accuracy of Qi.
No, learning and applying on the spot. Not bad.
Well, the range is not very large, but it can cover the entire area of the gate. As for accuracy, at least a living thing as big as a person cannot escape my perception. Drat, if the perception range is only as large as the gate, isn't it completely impossible to refute Yukari's inference? Can I break through with the perception accuracy? No way.
Unfortunately, in most cases, learning and applying on the spot is akin to showing off one's skill with an axe in front of a master carpenter's door. If you want to control the witness's psychology to induce testimony in your favor, you should have done it before someone else took the opportunity.
Even this has been anticipated. It seems that it's already difficult to get any more favorable testimony from the witness, Hongmarin.
After holding back for so long, but unable to ask anything, it seems that the questioning of Hongmarin can also be concluded. Your Honor, it seems that the verdict can be pronounced now.
Wait a minute. There must be a way. If Hongmarin can't do it, then find another witness? No. Other witnesses may have already been in contact with Yukari. Even everyone in this courtroom, the Judge Shikieki, the bailiff Onozuka Kamochi, the plaintiff Pachuli, they all... Is there really no way out?
Ah, the defendant is already speechless.
Right. The only person who still has a chance to break through on the psychological front. That's Yukari herself. No, of course I'm not speechless. I still have questions to ask Hongmarin. If small animals can escape your perception, if small animals can escape perception, these small animals can escape your perception. Wait. They're all... Okay. If a living thing as big as a human can escape your perception, what about small animals like foxes or cats?
You...
If it's that small... now remember, I did see a cat slip into the Scarlet Devil Mansion yesterday.
A cat? Why didn't you mention such an important piece of information earlier?
Because didn't ask?
What did the cat look like?
Let me think. That wasn't off real. I like this image, this is nice. Honestly, actually, wait, this is a really fun image. Oh, pressing the print screen button
advance the thing.
Because I was also in half sleep, half wake state, I can only describe it roughly. That cat was completely black. No way. It had two tails.
It seems that it is necessary to introduce new witnesses. Komachi, go bring in Chen and Kanbyo Rin that match Hong Meirin's description.
Roger.
Now, we will adjourn for 2 hours. Dismissed! Uh-oh. Time 14:30, 21st of March, location pretrial detention room.
Phew, I can finally catch my breath and maybe have some lunch. Although it's not completely over, at least for these 2 hours I don't have to see that aggressive old lady again.
Who are you calling an old lady?
What? Why'd you come to the defendant's restroom?
To praise you for your brilliant performance just now. Isn't that okay?
Oh, Hakure Reimu, but that bit's not translated. Okay, but we know she's the shrine maiden of the Hakure Shrine. She's a bit of a lazy bum and always short on cash, but is like super powerful as well. Nobody can beat her, at least in the Danmaku things. It's fine. We know enough about Reimu. It's fine that it's not translated. But what the fuck do we do with her voice?
Don't be stubborn. I said from the start not to rush into the trial. The evidence is insufficient. Why Reimu's here too?
In maintaining order and upholding justice, I'm always indispensable. The Miko of the Hakure Shrine mainly investigates crimes and collects evidence in this court, just like
a detective's job. Bachi.
Actually, I also agree with Miss Hakure Reimu not to prosecute first, but the way you say it, it seems like I'm the only villain here.
Oh, that's kind of typical.
So, what exactly are you here for?
Let me say it. The previous investigation of the case was too hasty, so we need to take advantage of the recess to investigate the scene again. In the spirit of fairness, justice, and openness, the investigation of new evidence requires the presence of both the prosecution and the defense. So it's up to the four of us to go together.
But with only 2 hours for the recess, is it enough? Just getting to the Scarlet Devil Mansion will take an hour and a half, right?
Asking this question means you agree, right? Well, that's settled then.
So how are we going to get there? There are no buses in Ginsokyo.
Have you lost your mind from the intense debate just now? A bus is really such an inconvenient thing. Let's go.
Yeah, she has the thing.
Ah!
With the eyes and the teleportation.
Ow! It hurts! You're handling me so roughly.
Look, we're here in no time, aren't we?
Are all law enforcement people so violent?
Yes.
I could have sworn I heard someone talking ill of Mai behind my back. Stop arguing. We only have 2 hours for the recess. We need to hurry. Oh, right. Before I left this morning, I asked you to check which book was missing. Did you find it? I'll have to ask Kawakuma. Hold on. Okay, be quick about it. While we wait, Marisa, let's go check out the crime scene.
Then you have to lead the way.
Marisa, although you often do this kind of thing, and your reputation in Gensokyo isn't very good, my intuition tells me that you're innocent this time.
Oh, thank you.
What's wrong? Not used to it?
Since I walked into the courtroom, you're the first one willing to believe me. I was still wondering if I could go hold on until the end. But now I feel like I have confidence.
We've been partners for so many years. I don't know what kind of person you are. Marisa, over here, coming through this row of bookshelves.
So this is the crime scene, huh? This is really...
Marisa only saw a row of ordinary bookshelves with books neatly arranged on the shelves, showing no signs of violence at all.
Show nothing at all.
In any case, according to the victim, the sound of flipping pages came from here.
Can the crime scene be determined just by the sound?
Of course not. But according to the victim...
The result is out.
No need to rush to say it. Why don't you explain to Marisa first how you pinpointed the crime scene?
Okay.
The books in the library are arranged on the bookshelves in a fixed order. This makes it very convenient for both searching and updating. But yesterday, after hearing the noise and coming to check, it was found that the order of the books in this area was disrupted.
I see.
That's why I couldn't find out which book was missing at the time. I need to ask Kowakumu to copy down the names of the remaining books in this area and compare them.
So why not restore the bookshelf in order? Wouldn't that make it faster to find out which book is missing?
Idiot! That's destroying the crime scene.
Yeah.
So, Patchouli, which book was missing? 2 books. Applied Nuclear Physics and Energy Saving Life Tips, Kotatsu Edition.
I've been saying it wasn't me. But surely you know me. If it were me, the books missing would definitely be from the agricultural science shelf.
So, could it possibly be me? You know me. If it were me, the entire bookshelf would have been dragged into the gap.
That's even less likely to be me. You know me. If it were me, Hong Merin wouldn't have been able to stand and testify in court. Oh, right, because she's also violent.
I can see now. Each of you has your own unique skills.
Alright, time is tight. To avoid disturbing the crime scene, just observe from where you are. If you find anything suspicious, let me know and I'll collect the evidence.
The crime scene investigation gameplay is about to begin. Would you like to read the instructions? Sure, let's read the instructions. We're gonna save as well, because we're gonna be doing a... I had a bit of a glitch in the matrix, and then we're gonna read the thing. There we go. In the on-scene investigation gameplay, you are required to inspect the crime scene and look for clues that have been overlooked, as in everything. Nobody looked into this at all. During the investigation, when your mouse pointer turns into magnifying glass shape, it indicates that there are clues worth investigating at that location. Click mouse left button to conduct the investigation. Oh, did I? Okay, no. I thought I double-clicked something. It just sped up the thing. In the scene, clicking on specific areas may reveal hidden storylines without magnifying glass theatres. Ooh. Please conduct a thorough investigation. Ooh, secret object hunting. When you believe that all the clues have been found, you could click the X button in the upper right corner to leave the scene. Okay. Do you want to read instructions? No, I'm good. I'm good. Let us start the search. Ah, there's a hair. There's a hair.
Look over there. Amy, do you see something?
Where?
Next to the foot of the bookshelf. Is there a tuft of hair?
The length, toughness, and color. It can be determined to be cat hair.
This seems to be consistent with Hong Meirin's testimony.
Cat hair found on the floor of the Scarlet Devil Mansion Library. Okay, we got the thing. Is the window. There we go.
Could the criminal have come in through that window?
How do you know?
It's just a sudden burst of inspiration. Why didn't I notice this entry point before?
Oh, wait. Maybe Marisa hasn't come in through the window to borrow books.
Are you here just to observe this? No need for you to worry about it. I've already reinforced the library's windows and walls thoroughly.
Really? Then I have to give it a try.
Without further ado, Marisa flew over and began to push, pull, and knock on the window. Without further violence. However, the window seemed to be fixed in space, unmoving.
It seems it's not very likely to enter the scene from here.
Okay. It makes sense to click on the window. What are these nameplates? Nameplates. Marisa looked at the sign on the side of the stolen bookshelf, which indicated the type of the bookshelf, Energy Science.
But surely, was only this bookshelf disturbed?
Yes, the label on this bookshelf is Energy Science.
Raymond, can this sign be used as evidence in court?
No problem. Miss Patchouli, please allow me to temporarily requisition this nameplate. Alright, go ahead.
The nameplate on the stolen bookshelf reads Energy Science. Okay, what's the other one say? Nothing. There's a broken piece.
Instead of looking for one thing at a time, wouldn't it be better to just move the whole bookshelf with a gap?
What do you want to prove then?
Let the judge decide for herself.
You're just having a book theft urge, aren't you? I suggest catching you in the act and arresting them on the spot.
I won't do that. I'll look properly.
Fair enough. Okay, what absurd books? The other book? That book? No? How about the other books? Click on all the books. Oh, we had to investigate before we can investigate. Okay. Click on it again.
Is there something on the bookshelf wall?
Let me see.
Occasional zombie sightings around Muir and Temple Cemetery. Hakure Shrine Main reminds residents to stay safe. A torn corner of the Aya News with only the title intact and the main text illegible.
Is this a fragment of iNews? No, it's a clipping. Someone deliberately cut out a section of the news title. Excuse me, Miss Patchouli. Do you usually have the habit of subscribing to iNews and making clippings?
Although I do subscribe to iNews, newspapers and magazines are all kept complete on the other side of the library,
and I would not cut them.
Then it seems that this could be an item left by the criminal.
A torn corner of the Aya News possibly cut by someone. Title is occasional zombie sightings around the Temple Cemetery. Hakure Shrine Main blah. Okay. We understand the title. More books. Click on all the books. What is there? Can we click on the other books? There's nothing else to click on. We can't move on anywhere until we click. There's literally nothing else. Scanning mode now. We clicked on everything that there is to click on. Yeah, there's nothing else. We know there's nothing else. I mean, it's not a very complicated scene. Yeah, we're done. We're done with the scene. There's nothing else.
We've collected almost all the evidence, and there's not much time left. Let's head back.
Okay.
Okay, with the new evidence, I'm full of confidence. For some reason.
Don't speak too soon. The court is a place that focuses on logic and evidence. Vague feelings are not convincing.
After speaking, Yukari opened the gap and sent everyone back to the courtroom. After a tense and brief break, the second trial is about to begin. Yeah, actual courtrooms are great. Time 16:30, 21st of March. Location: the Ministry of Right and Wrong. Order! Silence! Now, I hereby announce the trial of the Gensokyo People's Court case number Gen 0001 is reconvened. The two new witnesses have now entered the court. The prosecutor is requested to question the two new witnesses.
Roger, Your Honor.
God, that fucking grid. I love it. I love this grid. It's so great. Hickory. That's just a great spray. Look at her face. Look at that confident face. Also, look at the smiley face up here. It's adorable. Aww.
So, let the two witnesses introduce themselves first.
Oh, fuck. There's two new characters. They're both cats or something.
Nah, Skeletor voice.
Fuck it. Why not? That's how I get into the Skeletor voice or whatever his name was by just going, nah. Nah. What? I can't do it anymore. What? I broke myself apparently.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name's Chen, and I am the Shikigami of Ransama.
They're both gonna have the same voice because I can't be bothered today.
I don't know why I was called here, but it seems like I have to testify. You can ask me anything you want. If I can help, I will also be very happy, yeah.
This naughty child, still grinning when coming to court. If it turns out it was really you who did that, wait and see how I will punish you when we get back.
Wah.
Okay, actually, I'll keep that voice just for her. Okay, I forgot to read the Chen thing. Do we have to see? No, we don't. Fuck. We can't see the thing. Well, fuck. I don't know what the introduction for Chen was then. Anyway, Kainbyo-rin, a Nekomata working in hell who was adopted as a pet by her superior Komeiji Satori when the underworld was not yet hell. Now she's responsible for collecting corpses, managing a crematorium, and dealing with vengeful spirits, but most of the corpses are stolen. What? I guess she's terrible at her job, okay. For some reason I want to do French accent for her, but I can't do French accents at all. I guess we're just gonna try, because fuck it, why not?
Bonjour. Do the prosecutors here all threaten witnesses like this? Oh, I am Kamburin. I work at the Spirit Temple.
I know it's not French accent. I don't give a fuck. I don't do accents. I'm shit at them. Just don't practice them. I don't care really. I have my own voices to practice with. Anyway.
Bonjour. Also, Your Honor, if the prosecutor has that kind of attitude, please forgive me for refusing to cooperate.
Prosecutor, please pay attention to your attitude.
Understood. The formal testimony session will begin now. Both witnesses are required to answer the questions truthfully. Understood?
Ah, yes.
Understood. So, please answer the following question for both witnesses. What did you do yesterday, and did you come to the entrance of the Scarlet Devil Mansion?
Ah, testimony. About Chen's experience yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was attending class at the Terakoya. After school was over, I went home with Tsirno. Or Tsirno, Kirno. No, I don't know how to pronounce. On the way, we caught butterflies together. After that, we each went back to our own homes.
Oh fuck, isn't that the same voice I just do for Marisa and everyone else?
Yeah, there seems to be a strange feeling in Chen's testimony. What is it? Let's listen again.
Yeah, it's a bit more different. Yesterday morning, interrupt, hold it.
Terakoya, what is that? Yeah, does Marisa not know? Terakoya is the school run by Kaina-sensei. Kaina-sensei. It just came back to me. It's okay, please continue.
Is this the one who slipped through the net of compulsory education?
I love that smile as well, that's great. Look at her.
After school was over, I went home with Tsirno. Who's Tsirno? Why did you go home with Tsirno? What? Because it's on the way.
It's a really hard to refute reason.
On the way, we caught butterflies together.
That's the same voice. I can't do Skelter or the other child voice, I guess.
On the way.
Where exactly was this?
Yeah, by the Misty Lake. I can't be more specific.
Chasing butterflies with Tsirno by the Misty Lake.
Yeah. Wait. Is there a problem? There's a big... is there a problem? I have no idea. I have no idea what the Misty Lake is, so I'm just gonna say there's a big problem. Let Marisa figure it out for me.
There's a big problem. As we all know, Tsirno is the ice fairy, and butterflies are creatures that cannot survive through winter.
Alright, keep cooking.
Therefore, when Tsirno approaches butterflies, they would either flee, or be frozen to death. It's impossible for Tsirno to catch butterflies.
Airtight logic.
What does Tsirno not being able to catch butterflies have to do with this case?
It indicates that the witness is lying.
A child misremembering a playmate. Isn't that normal?
No, it's not. A child's memory is stronger than an adult's. It's not reasonable to forget a playmate just after a day, is it?
Even if the witness did lie about the playmate, what does it have to do with the case?
Of course, it has a relationship. When lying, one often keeps most of the truth and only covers up a small part that is unfavorable to oneself. And in Chen's testimony, chasing butterflies is the truth that was kept, and being with Tsirno was to cover up the real time and place when this happened. Chen, after parting ways with Tsirno, you were attracted by the butterflies again and came alone to the Scarlet Devil Mansion's entrance, right?
That's a leading question, you can't do that.
That's why you were vague when asked about the specific location, only giving the area by Misty Lake to make your conscience less uneasy.
Chen, answer me. Is that it?
Oh, that's a very dangerous look. It could go a lot of ways.
Yes, it is.
So congratulations to the great lawyer Marisa for successfully proving that Chen caught butterflies at the entrance of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. But what does this have to do with the theft of books in the library? Are you going to say next that the butterfly, while attracting Chen, flew into the library, landed on the book, and then didn't take off again until this book was taken out of the Scarlet Devil Mansion by Chen?
That seems a bit too far-fetched.
So don't ask questions that are irrelevant to the case. Let's continue.
After that, we went back to our own homes. Wait. What is the specific time you went home? I don't have a watch. How would I know what time it is? It was probably around sunset.
Sunset, you say? On March 20th, the sunset. March 21st is the equinox. Day and night are exactly the same length.
That is to say, the sunset on March 20th was closer to 6 p.m. I would like to ask additional questions about the time the library books were stolen and the dismissal time of Terakoya.
Oh, she's getting clever. That's actually relevant.
According to the victim Patchouli, the time she noticed strange noises was 4:44 p.m.
So many fours.
Maybe the victim really wants the book thief to die. As for the dismissal time of Temple School, it is 1 p.m.
So the times match, don't they?
Match what?
From 1 p.m. to close to 6 p.m. Chen has ample time to commit the crime, and then the time the books were stolen was also during this period.
Now are you trying to say that having the time to commit the crime is enough to convict? Then shouldn't you have been found guilty long ago?
That little smile. No, don't say that, absolutely not.
It seems there is nothing more to ask the first witness, so let's move on to the second witness.
I won't tell such childish lies in court.
Witness, please only answer the question and do not comment on other witnesses' statements.
Bonjour.
About KMB Rin's experience yesterday. I'll just come out and say it. I went to the Scarlet Devil Mansion yesterday afternoon. I went there to exchange experiences in domestic management with the chief maid of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. The exchange and note-taking took her about 3 hours in total.
Did KMB Rin really go to exchange experiences with Sakuya? Perhaps this is a breakthrough point.
Okay. I don't know what you would do there. Let's question it. Okay. I mean, there's nothing really to inquire further. She's just out lying.
Why did you say it so directly?
Admit what? Going to the Scarlet Devil Mansion is the same as stealing books?
Although it's not necessarily the same, doesn't it confirm that that cat Hong Mayron saw was you?
Probably.
So you admit that you entered the Scarlet Devil Mansion in the form of a cat?
Yes.
Then if not for doing something wrong, why sneak in?
This is about judging my appearances. You always think about doing bad things, which is why you think others would do bad things too.
You!
I saw that Master Hong had a hard life and didn't want to disturb her sleep, so I slipped in as a cat.
So what was the real reason you entered the Scarlet Devil Mansion?
I went there to exchange experiences domestic management with the chief maid of the Scarlet Devil Mansion.
Is there anyone who can prove this?
I mean, Sakuya should be able to.
Now that you mention it, the chief maid did say yesterday that she would be entertaining guests in the afternoon, so she delegated the team-making task to Koakuma.
Nope, I'll click you.
This Totsume alone is not enough. The chief maid might also be entertaining other guests.
This item should prove it, right?
This is a thick notebook filled with household management experience exchanged. It seems like it'll be written in a long time. Finally, there is Sakuya's message.
Providing evidence on the spot.
But with this, it does indeed confirm Kanbyo Rin's words. And with this thickness, it seems quite a bit of time was spent in conversation, right? Yes. The exchange and note-taking took about 3 hours in total.
Yeah, no, could it really be something in 3 hours?
That's as much as he had to say. Outward. Oh, damn. I forgot to question the thing.
There's still a key question you haven't answered. When did you enter the Scarlet Devil Mansion, and when did you come out?
I entered the Scarlet Devil Mansion at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. I came out about after saying goodbye to Sakuya, just add 3 hours to that time.
In this way, it perfectly avoids the time of the crime.
Interesting. The perfect alibi?
Such a lot now. Could it really be something made in 3 hours? That's what should
Well, I guess, is there... What evidence do I have? I mean, that's the evidence she provided. Or I guess we just do that. So I guess that... I don't know. And the other is useless stuff that we don't care about at all. I mean, okay, this I use at the front connects with this one. No, this one nameplate, but that's not relevant right now. Okay, I guess I don't know. Let's just evidence. I guess then, yeah.
What other issues are there?
3 hours is also just Kanbyo-rin's word.
But such a thick notebook, even if it was completed in 3 hours, is quite efficient work.
Is it possible that the notes were supplemented by Kanbyo-rin after she went back?
Although groundbreaking thinking is commendable, are you saying that the chief maid of the Scarlet Devil Mansion could predict and sign at the end of the notes in advance and write a dedication?
Saka should only be able to slow down and pause time.
I'm dying apparently. Water break. Don't down the water.
Yeah, indeed, she cannot predict or go back to the past.
Since we have finished questioning both witnesses, it's time for you to make your deduction, isn't it, rookie lawyer? Can't come up with one? No problem. Then let me do it. To convict someone in court, 3 things need to be proven. They are motive, opportunity, and means. But at the moment, both witnesses seem to lack quite a bit. It seems that only Marisa, you have all 3 elements present, don't you?
Damn it, there's still an unexplained piece of evidence.
Unexplained. Oh yeah, right. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I guess this one. I don't know.
It seems it's not this piece of evidence.
Okay. I guess this, but or
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Yes, the tuft of cat hair found at the scene requires an explanation.
I'm afraid not every piece of evidence is necessarily useful. The possibility of the cat hair being coincidentally brought into the library is not out of the question. Unless you can prove someone's motive, opportunity, and means.
Then, I will prove it to you.
The case reconstruction is about to begin. Would you like to read the instructions? Sure. In the case reconstruction, you need to place the puzzle pieces below into the correct positions to complete the reconstruction of the case. That's a little cute image of a Chad. It's adorable. A cat. You can use the mouse scroll wheel to scroll and find the needed puzzle pieces. Drag the puzzle pieces with the mouse to the correct position to complete the case reconstruction. Click on a puzzle piece with the right mouse button to remove the incorrect puzzle piece. When all gaps in the puzzle are filled with the correct puzzle piece, you complete the case reconstruction. Do you want to? No, I'm good. Let's go ahead. Let's reconstruct. Let's do the Batman thing. Okay. Okay. Firstly, we can confirm that the culprit must be one of these 2 witnesses. I mean, could the culprit be Rin? No. I mean, they probably did not spend particular. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so. Oh, we have more things. Could the culprit be Chen or Rin? Oh, that's Rin. Oh, she's a lot more cuter in this image than we saw at the stand. Okay. Is the pocket watch cure a trick? What? What pocket watch? That's Sakuya's thing. Okay. For some purpose. Fireflies. Oh, this is thinking. We gotta think. We gotta think. Okay. 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 Let's... Yeah, I'm gonna say it's Rin passed by to exchange insights with Sakura. Actually, it was like an impulse on the part of the team through some opportunity that they found chance to take advantage. Imagining the warp. Some of these are just useless. Yeah, those are useless apparently. Enter the library by some means. Opportunity. He must have stolen books for some purpose. That, I think. Some means followed her into the thing. Carry the thing. I don't know. Is that good? No. It's all odds its way passing. That's a spoiler. That would make the most amount of sense. Yeah, go fake drunk me. Make the logic happen.
I have a conclusion. The culprit is Kanbyo Rin.
Oh?
Firstly, the motive for the crime. According to Pachuli's testimony, the missing books are Applied Nuclear Physics and Energy Saving Life Tips, Kotatsu edition. Neither of these books hold much value, indicating that the perpetrator did not steal the books for financial gain. Then Pachuli also said,
But yesterday, after hearing the noise and coming to check, it was found that the order of the books in this area was disrupted.
This indicates that the perpetrator had a very specific purpose for the category of books. The target category of books is...
We know it's this. There we go. This the energy.
That is energy science.
Energy science? Indeed, the two missing books are in the category of energy science. But why would she steal this type of book?
It's because of this incident.
Yeah, this thing. Oh yeah, well, actually, I should maybe question safety nuclear power. There we go.
It's this one. Due to Mori Shrine's promotion of nuclear energy, the crematorium using old energy is facing the crisis of being eliminated.
Damn, this is politics. This is great. This is why court things are the best, because things just come together in the end. They're like, oh, that's cool.
That's why Kanbyo Rin wanted to learn nuclear energy technology to adapt to the times. Even if she couldn't learn it, at least she wanted to take the first steps in energy saving and emission reduction.
Only the Touhou fan game you would get something like this. This is brilliant.
According to your argument, applied nuclear physics we can set aside for now, but what is this energy saving life tips Kotatsu edition? This seems to have absolutely nothing to do with energy conservation or emission reduction.
Perhaps because of nervousness, Kanbyo Rin just grabbed 2 books from the energy science shelf and left in a hurry.
You have explained Miss Kanbyo Rin's need for books in the energy science category. But why must she steal?
Well, scholars are probably all like this.
Subtle reasoning.
When studying, they don't want their classmates to know.
What a far-fetched explanation. However, the most critical issue is, Miss Kanbyo Rin does not have the time to commit the crime.
Yeah, I've already deduced this point.
She let the victim misjudge the time of the crime. She entered the scene at the time it was impossible to be there.
She entered the scene at the time when it was impossible for her to be there.
You wouldn't be suggesting that Miss Kanbyo Rin knows how to bilocate, would you?
Of course not. The key to Miss Kanbyo Rin obtaining the time to commit the crime lies in Sakuya's ability.
The ability to manipulate time?
Exactly.
So your reasoning is that the chief maid of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, as an accomplice, helped an outsider steal her own family's collection of books.
When you put it like that, it sounds really stupid.
Both emotionally and logically, this is absurd.
In terms of common sense, indeed it is, but this is Touhou.
In terms of common sense?
Ben Kensuke, you can't be bound by common sense. This is true.
Is it appropriate to say such a thing in court?
It's perfectly appropriate.
Please do not discuss irrelevant matters. Do not do the meta thing.
Alright, let's get back on topic. Saku's use of her ability has become a habit. When faced with tasks that require a lot of time, Kambyo-rin only needs to remind her a little, or perhaps not remind her at all, and Saki will use her ability to slow down time proactively. Kambyo-rin might have investigated and taken advantage of this in advance, or perhaps she discovered it on the spot. In any case, it was Saku's subconscious behavior that allowed Miss Kambyo-rin to complete 3 hours of work in less than an hour. Thus, Miss Kambyo-rin was able to enter the crime scene at a time when it was impossible for her to be there.
So, it is indeed possible.
Logic. Yeah.
In that case, the method of the crime also emerges. Firstly, the culprit, that is Kambyo-rin, was invited to the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Whether to cover up or really distressed about Hongmei-rin, she turned into a black cat and slipped into the Scarlet Devil Mansion. During the exchange of housekeeping management experience with Sakuya subconsciously slowed down the passage time. Therefore, Kambyo-rin, who entered the Scarlet Devil Mansion at 3:30 p.m., completed notes that would take 3 hours in just 1 hour. Then perhaps it was a sudden impulse on Kambyo-rin's part, but that's not important. Seizing the opportunity, Kambyo-rin transformed into a black cat, following Kokuma, who was tidying up in the tea set, into the library. After finding the energy of science section, Kambyo-rin, with a very strong purpose, stole applied Yuka physics and energy sync left its Kotatsu edition, which are the stolen books. Then she left the Scarlet Devil Mansion in a hurry. And the motive for Kambyo-rin stealing these 2 books was to learn nuclear energy technology to adapt to the times.
What a wonderful deduction. Marisa, I suggest you apply for a reporter position at I News. The stories you write must be very exciting.
Here comes the classic line from the culprit when arguing.
Unfortunately, your deduction can only suggest the possibility of me committing the crime. Where is the decisive evidence that can prove that I am the culprit?
Evidence seems indeed not there.
Then your deduction is in vain.
What to do? Should we call Sakuya to confront? No, confronting Sakuya can only prove that Kambyo-rin has time to commit the crime, and the key evidence to prove that Kambyo-rin committed the crime still does not exist.
It's too early to draw a conclusion now, right? What does that saying go? In Gensokyo,
You can't be bound by common sense.
you just deduce and leave the matter of evidence to me, the prosecutor.
Hey, how come you two have joined forces?
The court is just a place to reveal the truth. Why can't the prosecutor and the defendant join forces?
Egyptian. I suggest the prosecutor change the word defendant to lawyer in that sentence just now.
Humph. Even as a prosecutor, can you produce decisive evidence? Please pay attention to the one principle, Miss Kambyo-rin. Confession shall be lenient, resistance shall be severe. The punishment for being proven guilty by decisive evidence is much more severe than for those who confess voluntarily.
So the prosecutor can produce evidence and can only ask me to confess voluntarily?
It was a sincere advice, but it was misunderstood as begging.
Until you really produce evidence, there's no essential difference between the two.
Since Miss Kambyo-rin has said this, then I have to show this wall of resistance. Miss Kambyo-rin, if I find these 2 books in your home, the punishment will be severe for resistance.
This is an invasion of privacy, isn't it?
If you have any opinions on the prosecutor's actions in court, you can complain through the judge's mailbox. Of course, if you don't confess before I find those 2 books, the days until you can send a letter after serving your sentence will be doubled.
Shigeki-sama, such a blatant infringement. Don't you care?
This court implements the principle of presumption of innocence. Miss Kambyo-rin, you accuse prosecutor Yakuma Yukari of violating your right to privacy. Do you have any decisive evidence? I have once turned against Rin.
Decisive evidence? She said her gap leads to my home.
I'm sorry. This judge thinks that this statement is just a means for the prosecutor to urge the suspect to confess, and it cannot prove that the gap really leads to your home. Physical evidence, perhaps?
Physical evidence. Yes! Physical evidence is right in the hands of Yakumo Yukari.
In her hands?
Yes, the 2 books she is about to take out are the physical evidences.
Why would the 2 books that the prosecutor is about to take out prove that she is currently invading your privacy?
Because,
Because what?
Just one final step away from accusing the prosecutor, why not speak it out? I'm afraid it's not about not speaking it out, but rather being unable to speak out, right? Because the 2 stolen books are at your home, aren't they? Face the reality, Miss Kanbyorin. Your only chance now is to confess voluntarily before I really take out those 2 books.
Where? I confess, I stole those 2 books.
Since Miss Kanbyorin has confessed, there is no need to pretend to conduct illegal evidence collecting.
You schemed against me.
Don't worry, there will be plenty of time to cry in prison.
She is truly seasoned. A shrewd and ruthless Yakumo Yukari. With this, the judge should be able to deliver the verdict too.
Order! Since Kanbyorin has already pleaded guilty, then after the trial, now the judgment is... The defendant Marisa accused of stealing books from the Scarlet Devil Mansion. The court finds that this does not conform to the facts and therefore declares that the defendant Marisa... not guilty! Carrying the joy of victory, Marisa returned to the restroom. Unexpectedly, a group of people were already waiting for her there. Ah, fuck, more voices. Time 1831st, March location, pretrial detention room.
Congratulations, Marisa, you're off the hook.
Yeah, of course.
That trial just now was so intense and thrilling, it made me break out into a sweat. I really admire you. It's your first time as a defense attorney and you came up with a reasonable inference in such a tense situation.
Here's a moment of quick thinking, huh?
Is this kid going to get carried away with success? Although it's a bit inappropriate to pour cold water when you've just won. I still want to say, Marisa, your reasoning was full of holes.
Hey, you won't still be stubbornly saying that when you went easy on me just now so I could win, will you?
Well, it's also thanks to Marisa's reasoning about the motive for the crime that I was sure Kanbyorin didn't fence the stolen goods.
So you had to act with me, the judge, to trick Kanbyorin into confessing?
You colluded to deceive and ambush.
What else? To find you guilty?
This trick worked well this time. Don't trick like this next time.
Of course. I also know that evidence obtained in such a way is invalid itself.
So you were betting that the stolen goods were at Kanbyorin's house at that time?
Only a rookie would bet. I would do such a thing only when I'm 100% sure.
Even if you can determine that the criminal won't fence the stolen goods, how did you know that the culprit was Kanbyorin?
Are you stupid? Chen is my child. Would I not know if she brought extra books home?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't know that, actually. Makes sense, sure. Of course she would know.
You actually used the information from outside the court.
This is a courtroom. Going easy is like binding oneself with silk. I'm sorry, Marisa. It's all because of me that you were forced to go to court.
Patchy, it's your apology, just lip service.
Do you want to... Alright, state your demand. No matter what you say, I will agree.
No matter what I say, you'll agree? Then I'm gonna make a request.
Hey, Marisa, you... Fortunately, I didn't bring Chen here. This kind of scene is too stimulating for a child.
Patchy, be my lawyer assistant.
Why is Marisa suddenly what? She let the victory go to her head. But yeah, she does need her, who's Felix Wright's assistant? Faye? No, or somebody named Sai? I don't know. Somebody. She needs someone like that, I guess.
What? 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 Lawyer assistant? Be your lawyer assistant? Does that mean, Marisa, you're going to be a lawyer? That's right! When we first arrived, didn't Komachi say that there hasn't been one to recruit a lawyer yet? Now it seems I still have a talent for being a lawyer! Sure, let the victory go to her head. I like Marisa, she's fun.
This kind of thing should be said by others.
So I plan to set up a law firm to clear the grievances for the defendants who come to the court later.
Don't say this if all the cases at court are miscarriages of justice.
So Pachi, be the #1 assistant to me, the great lawyer Marisa.
I see. Okay, I promise you. At this point, it seems that there is no use in making complaints. Then I'll do a favor. Marisa, catch this.
Ah, what is this?
Lawyer's badge. The badge represents the qualification of a certified lawyer. With it, one has the authority to accept commission, stand at the bar, and defend the accused.
Where's this badge?
It's a lawyer's badge. Your qualification as a lawyer has been recognized by the Gensokyo People's Court.
Great!
In this way, Marisa successfully cleared her old grievances and also smoothly became a lawyer. It's very simple, but it's like literally new. The turmoil caused by the Scarlet Devil Mansion book theft case comes to an end here. Right? I don't know, maybe. The Edge Crescent, but well, okay, here's the thing. We're not gonna do this. Yeah, we're not gonna do that because options. We're just gonna. It doesn't matter what they say, because we'll successful did think we're not doing that because that's gonna take for fucking ever, and we're already at hour like 11 of all the things or something like that. So we're gonna move on. We had the first lawyer, and that's a great introduction. I'm gonna continue this at some point in the distant future, probably. Anyway, that's concluding for now the Rookie Attorney Legendry. We're gonna continue on with more HU stuff later on, and this thing will be continued in, let's take a hazard guess, 2027. That seems reasonable, sometime in 2027. Don't hold me to my word, I'm probably lying. But anyway, until next time, and until the distant future, goodbye.